I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support.
Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Books My Boyfriend Gave Me. Today we're doing a book haul. So last week I had a day off during the week and we went to the bookstore. We went to McKay's, the used book warehouse, really, out in Winston-Salem, and I have so much fun whenever we go there because I know I'm going to get good books for really, really good prices in really good condition too. Some of these books look like brand new. So I'm just going to go through the books that I got and tell you all about them. First up, we have The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. This is book 3 in the Wheel of Time series. As you know, we're doing the read-along for the Wheel of Time, so I needed to get book 3 in order to read it in March. So I've got this now, and I can't wait to start on this. I am super excited, and y'all, like, this looks like it's near new condition. There's like just a couple scrapes on the top corner here. Other than that, it's perfect condition, and this was only $6.95. So I definitely had to snag that. Next up, we have a new series to me that I'm going to start next year after I finish the Wheel of Time, and that's really Robin Hobb. So I got the Assassin's Apprentice and Assassin's Quest, books 1 and actually book 3 of the Farseer trilogy. I can't wait to start Robin Hobb. I've heard so much good things about her writing. Everyone loves it. It has that emotional pull, like it will absolutely ruin me in the best possible way that books can ruin me. I can't wait to get into Robin Hobb. So next year, after I finish Wheel of Time, I'm going to be jumping into Robin Hobb. We'll see how much I read, if it's just the first trilogy or all Robin Hobb books. We'll see where my TBRs are at that time. And then next up, we got Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is book 2, I believe, in the Red Rising series, I hope, because that's the next one that I have to read. And this is, again, in near perfect condition. The corners are a little buffed up, but other than that, is in perfect condition. I can't wait to continue this series. I absolutely loved Red Rising, and I heard it just gets even better from there. So I'm so excited to finally be able to continue this series at some point. Next up, we have Full Moon by Jim Butcher. So this is the Dresden Files series, book 2 in that series. I have not read book 1 yet, but I own it, and I was hoping to read it this month, though probably won't get to it this month, sometime this year. I will start the Dresden Files, and this is book 2. I read a short story from one of the collections from this series, and I absolutely loved it. I know Leslie absolutely loves the Dresden Files, so I can't wait to start this, but I knew when I read that short story that I would absolutely love this series, so I felt safe getting book 2 in this series. I don't normally buy more than one book in a series until I've read at least one book in that series, but I feel confident with this, and also with, of course, the Farseer trilogy. And then the last book I got at McKay's was Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and I could not resist. It was only 50 cents. I've wanted to read this hilarious take on the classic Pride and Prejudice for so long, so I took the plunge. I can't wait. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a zombie in possession of brains must be in want of more brains, which is a play on a quote from Pride and Prejudice, without the zombie and brains part, of course. So begins Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, an expanded edition of the beloved Jane Austen novel featuring all new scenes of bone-crunching zombie mayhem. As our story opens, a mysterious plague has fallen upon the quiet English village of Meryton, and the dead are returning to life. feisty heroine Elizabeth Bennet is determined to wipe out the zombie menace, but she's soon distracted by the arrival of the haughty and arrogant Mr. Darcy. What ensues is a delightful comedy of manners with plenty of civilized sparring between the two young lovers and even more violent sparring on the blood-soaked battlefield. Can Elizabeth vanquish the spawn of Satan and overcome the social prejudices of the class-conscious landed gentry, complete with romance, heartbreak, sword fights, cannibalism, and thousands of rotting corpses? Pride and Prejudice in Zombies transforms a masterpiece of world literature into something you'd actually want to read. This sounds like absolutely fantastic fun. I can't wait to read this sometime. If 6 books were enough, John then said, hey, first he asked if that was it, and I said, yeah, that's like 6 books, that's a lot. And then he asked, after we checked out of McKay's, if I wanted to go to Barnes & Noble. We had a discussion about it. Finally, I caved in, and we went to Barnes & Noble. And so, a little known fact about me that a lot of you might not know is that John has turned me into a WWE fan. I can't get enough of WWE wrestling. We just watched the Elimination Chamber matches this last night, and there were some really good matches, but I was also disappointed with the outcome of the men's match because there's a wrestler that is one of my absolute favorites, and I really wanted him to win, but he didn't. So with all that said, that leads me into the next book, the last book on this book haul, and that is We Promised You a Great Main Event, an unauthorized WWE history. So this basically takes us through the history of WWE and talks about the big moments, WrestleMania #1, the big stars, Hulk Hogan, the Montreal Screwjob, just Vince McMahon's journey. I'm really excited to read this and get to learn a little bit more about WWE. So a future video to come on this. I'm not sure when I'll read it yet. Maybe April for WrestleMania, maybe September for John's birthday, depending on where my TBR comes. So that's it for now. That is a lot of books that I'm really excited about. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments below what you thought of them. What are you most excited for me to read out of this stack? As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.